Okay, good morning, everyone. So as I was saying, I just put a list in of everyone who qualifies for the incentive as of yesterday. So that means they've turned in both Monday's assignment and Tuesday's assignment. Remember, you have to have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday's assignments all done by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. in order to qualify for the incentive. Reminder, the incentive is to watch my boyfriend do my makeup. So if you want to see me look ridiculous and you want to see me interact with my boyfriend and you want to laugh really hard at all sorts of absurdity, make sure that you have all 4 assignments done by Thursday, okay? So if you, yes, Kamal, you heard it right. There's no need for me to reply again. So if you are not on that list, please make sure that you get all 4 of your assignments in if you want to have access to this incentive. Sam, for you, it's 428 and 430. Okay, Sam? So we're going to get started. Oh, here, Diana. You're on the list, so you're good to go. You've got both assignments in so far. Christine, email me. If you don't know what work you need to complete, then you need to email me. Yes, Jaylene, different groups are doing different assignments based on what they need to do, what they need to practice. Yes, Kazi, I will keep people. Yep, I have the list. Okay, so today, if there are other questions about the incentive, we can ask at the end of class. I just wanted to start class off with the incentive. We can talk about it at the end, but we need to talk about today's focus is how characters impact theme development. So we haven't really talked about this a lot. Some groups have been working on this throughout the week. Some groups will be working on this today. So I wanted to take some time to really focus on how do characters impact theme development. So review. Theme equals thematic statement. Thematic statement equals universal message, one sentence, right? Characters. So the new part that we're adding in here is how. So focus question for today. How do characters impact or help develop thematic topics / statements? So let's start by our check-in question. We're going to start with which thematic topic, so one word, which thematic topic, which means one word or phrase, is the most prevalent in Act 2? That is our check-in question for today. Remember, in order to earn credit for today, we need to be answering the check-in question. Hi, Starlina. I'm so glad you're in here. Okay, so I see selfish, careless, greedy. So let's, if we are to term these right now, those three, okay, pause. I don't want any more responses. I want to make sure we're really clear. Selfish, careless, greedy, stubborn are all character traits. Hold on, Sadia. So, self-centered are all character traits. So I'm asking for thematic topics. So thematic topics are big ideas. So an example that Carter said is money. An example that Isis said was compassion, right? They are not describing one individual person, but a bigger idea. So I'm going to put this check-in question again and then add the note. Thematic topics are big ideas, not descriptive words. Okay, let's try this again. So which thematic topic is the most prevalent in Act 2? Which means which big idea is the most obvious in Act 2? Go ahead. We've got 44 people in this chat. Power, okay. So we've got money, power, compassion. What else? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, come on. Class. Yes, Diana, you're right. Yep. Differences, Christine, I see you. Sneaky is a character trait, Jay. Culture, yes, Liz Mary. What else? Language, good. Differences, good. Identity, good. Yep, class, we've already said that, good. All right. Identity, yeah. Religion is not very prevalent right now. We don't have any religious characters, so that doesn't really show up, Ethan. Any others? Personality. Okay, that goes a lot into identity, but we can write that down as an individual one. Yep, compassion. Good, Natalia. So we're going to pause here. If you didn't have the opportunity to add into this question, you will have other opportunities to get your attendance credit for today. So the big thematic topics that we brought up: class, power, culture, money, compassion, language, differences, identity, and personality. So any of these work. So now we're going to break down. I think that we're going to focus on one that's pretty easy. Let's talk about class. So our focus for today is class. So let's think about how characters show class, right? So which characters show the thematic topic class? Which characters? Think about where this goes. So Higgins is one, okay? Okay, Higgins and Pickering, Liza, okay. So right now we've said every character in the text. Okay. So let me be more specific with my question. How do I want us to get there? Carter. So I would argue that Doolittle does show class because he captures a certain stereotype of poor, right? As opposed to other stereotypes of poor. So I think he definitely does capture class. So let's say, good clarifier. Class, this was a part of our vocab from Unit 1. Class equals the amount of money that you make or that you have and how it impacts your social status. So what this means is that the amount of money you have sort of puts you in brackets in society, right? We have this term high class people, which are wealthy people. And so it's assumed that they are of higher class than lower class and middle class, right? So it's all determined by how much money you make. It's just one way that we think about societies, not the only way, but one way. So let's be more specific. Let's talk about first, how does, but she does show class, good clarifier. So Shailin asks, so Liza doesn't show class because she doesn't have money, and that's not actually true. So class is just talking about however much money you have. So to be poor is to still talk about class. Does that make sense, Shailin? So how does Higgins show class? I am looking for a thematic, write a thematic statement. Or let me say this another way. What does Higgins teach readers about class? So next question, what does Higgins teach readers about class? Write a thematic statement. So we're going to go through and talk about what themes does Higgins teach about class. So I'm going to write an example because this might be sort of hard to comprehend. People who have lots of money often treat poor people badly. So remember, a thematic statement is 1, universal, 2, a lesson taught, right? So Carter, make yours universal. That is a specific statement about Higgins. You got to make it universal. Hesian, money makes people feel better than other people. Yes, Hesian, that is a thematic statement that focuses specifically on Higgins and class. Strong. The lower class are similar to a piece of garbage. They must change. So Isis, that is a thematic statement focused on class, but it doesn't relate to Higgins. That relates more to Liza. Can you try again? Celise, that is not universal. Make it universal. So Jalissa, people who feel higher, they disrespect others. So I understand what you're saying. It's a little bit confusing. Can you revise that and write it in another way, please? Money and social class is how others treat people. Yes, Kazi. Wealthy people sometimes think poor people are nobodies. Yes, Ayana, strong. Liz Mary, Higgins teaches that because of their level of class, they get treated badly. Remember, it's got to be universal, Liz Mary. Try again. Ethan, money makes people selfish and disrespectful. Yes, Ethan, very strong. So Jasmine, wealthy people think poor people are less than them. Yes, Jasmine, strong. Good. Okay. So I'm going to write down Ethan's was a really strong example. There you go, Celise. Good. So pause here. Justin, you'll earn credit for actually participating. Writing here in the chat is not a productive use of time. So pause. No more submissions for this one. Don't worry. We're going to do it again. I'm going to do an example of Higgins plus class plus thematic statement. This equals, and I'm going to put Ethan's example in here because Ethan's was really strong. Nice job, Ethan. So if you need an example of a thematic statement that focuses on Higgins and class, look at what I just wrote in. Money makes people selfish and disrespectful, right? You really see this in Act 2 with how Higgins acts. So now I want to practice doing this with Doolittle. So Doolittle is Liza's father. So write a thematic statement focusing on class as it pertains to Doolittle. This is the next task. Write a thematic statement. I'm going to put it in again. Write a thematic statement. Write a thematic statement focusing on class as it pertains to Doolittle. Poor people will do anything for money. Yes, Celise, starting off strong. Good. What else? What else can we find? We've got 50 people in this chat. There are not enough people participating. I see the same names over and over again. Remember, in order to earn an active credit, you must attend and actively. All right, I see we've got some in here. Let me go through. Yeah, Jaylene, I knew I was on mute. I was taking screenshots of who's here. So Jalissa says, poor people will make wrong decisions. Ooh. Okay, that works as a thematic topic. That's a harsh thematic topic, but I got you. Money is as important as a child. Kazi, I see where you're going. Can you rephrase that to be a little bit clearer, though? Delilah, poor people would give up anything for money. Okay, that works. Jay, poor people struggle to support their family. All right, that works. Justin, using you is not a thematic statement. Make it universal. Try again. People who need money do the wrong things for it. Hesian, okay. Poor people's actions get money. To get money will hurt or affect others. Yes, Asia, strong. Jaden, poor people think money is better than people. Okay. Carter, desperate times call for desperate measures. A little cliche, but totally works here. Joseph, poor people will do whatever they can for their own good. Good. Okay. Ayana, poor people think money is the solution for all the problems. Yes, Ayana, another strong one. Good job. Sam, poor people will try to get more jobs for money. Okay. Sam, that doesn't quite fit Doolittle because Liza says he doesn't work, but I do see where you're going, and that is a strong thematic statement. Shailin, money could make people sell their family for it. A little bit too specific, Shailin. That's not really applicable to everyone, but I totally see where you're going, and you're on the right track. Jasmine, poor people choose money over morals. Yes, that's very clearly talked about. Strong, Jasmine. Kazi, the extent poor people will go for money is limitless. Much stronger, Kazi. This is getting better as you practice. Good job. Brianna, people who are not wealthy will just do horrible things for it. Okay. For what, right? I would push you to say for money or for wealth, right? Justin, poor people will do anything to support their addiction. Much stronger, Justin. Good adjustment. Poor people will give up anything for money. Yes. Okay. So do we see how we're starting to really focus in on thematic statements that pertain to a character that talk about a theme? It's very layered, right? There are lots of different steps, and we're really doing a good job with it. Let's practice one more. We've got 10 minutes. So I'm going to switch up the thematic topic now. So we're going to focus on Liza, and we're going to talk about identity. So write a thematic statement. Write a thematic statement focusing on identity as it pertains to Liza. So now you're focusing on identity, you're focusing on Liza, and you're writing a thematic statement. All right, we were on a roll with class. I just switched it to identity. We can do this. So here, I will write an example. Okay, pause for a moment. I want to break down my example because I sort of ended up layering some things in there and I want to make it really clear. Then I'll go through and I'll give some feedback on those examples that we've already gotten. Thank you for being on top of it. So my example reads, when given the opportunity, people will change their identity to improve their social status. So if you notice, this could have worked for class or this could have worked for identity, right? Because I'm talking about when people change their identity, it's to improve their social status or their class. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to go through and give some feedback. So Hesian, to get what people want, some persevere. Very general, but it works, Hesian. So people with determination will go far. Christine, yes, I see you. Celise, when you try to be yourself, others may judge you for it. Not universal, remember? Remove that you, make it about people. Carter, a person's identity can affect the way people judge others. Yes. I don't know. I would need to see your evidence in order to see how that connects to Liza specifically, but yes, that is a thematic topic talking about identity. Justin, you're looking for insecurity there, not unsecurity. Insecurity make people change their identity at times. Yes, strong thematic topic. Justin, yours have significantly improved throughout this class period. That makes me happy. Liz Mary, in life, people have to try to succeed even though people don't know what they're getting into. Yes, Liz Mary, right? Something about taking risks in order to improve, definitely. Stubborn people could get things faster than others. Yes, Anna, that totally works. People will have to persevere through tough times. Ethan, a little bit cliche, but works. Changing one identities can be the difference of rich and poor. Ooh, Kazi, that's a really interesting one. So it's this idea that how much money you make determines if you need to change your identity or not in order to make more money. Definitely. That is talked about a lot, Kazi. When people get around other people, their identity will change. True, Brianna, nice. Joseph, when you act differently, people will judge you. Joseph, that's not a universal, so that wouldn't earn credit as a thematic statement. Try again. Kwame, people need to think about their actions before they perform it. That doesn't really relate to Liza unless you had strong evidence. Delilah, people that judge others make them want to change. Definitely. That's part of judgment for sure. I don't know how much. No, that definitely works with identity. You're right. Jalissa, when you're not like other people, people judge you. You're still using the word you, Jalissa. Replace you with people. Try it again. Celise, when people are trying to be themselves, they can't because they're being judged by others. So much stronger, Celise. Nice change. When people get more wealthy, they abandon the ones that aren't in their class. Yes, Jay, that very much so talks about the very end of Act 2 where Liza's like, they're not my friends anymore, right? Definitely. Layla, when people are not the same as others, they would want to change. Good. A little bit awkward in your phrasing, but totally on the right wavelength with what you're being asked to do. Leah, people change when others talk down on them. Yes, definitely. The way that people talk to us impact how we see ourselves. Totally, right? So let's pause. We've got 4 minutes left. This was a really productive meet. Both yesterday and today, students came in ready to learn, ready to work, ready to brainstorm and get feedback. That makes this time so much more productive for everyone. Thank you so much for actively participating. I'm going to give the next 4 minutes opportunities for students to make sure that they have all of their questions answered, that they're in the right group for today's classwork, that they know if they need to finish assignments or things like that in order to earn the incentive. All right, this is where you all get to make fun of me about what my incentive is again. So the incentive for this week, finish all work by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. and get to watch my boyfriend do my makeup. It's gonna be hilarious. He's very excited about it. He thinks it's gonna be really funny. So if that's something, okay, Mr. McCabe. So if, Liz, Mary, if this is something you want to see and you want to make fun of me, if you want to make fun of my boyfriend, I don't know, but whatever, then get all your work done for this week, right? Christine, I think he's planning to purposefully make it horrible, so that's gonna be hilarious. Jaylene, let me double check. I put the list up here. So, Jaylene, I don't see you in here. Hold on, I can look at it, Jaylene. Jaylene, I'll have to go back into the Google form. Oh, it's 9:29. Don't be late to social studies. Go, go, go. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye, Liz Mary. Bye, Celise. I miss you too.
Liz Mary don't miss you.
Why do you have to ruin my morning?
I didn't.